welcome to class. Today we are going to warm the heart because as I'm filming this, it is definitely in the thick of the Christmas season. So we are talking about warming up our heart today. We're going to do a little bit of movement, a little bit of flow, so make sure you have some room on your mat. I don't have any props. If you want one to sit on, we're going to be in this shape for a couple of minutes. It might be helpful to you. All right, we're gonna jump right in. So to begin with, find your way to bolt pose or hero. Now, if you have a little bit of room in your hips, you might actually sit in between, but as you can tell from me just going there, that's not a great shape for me, so I'm not going to do that. You can also sit on a block here. Interlace your fingers right in front of your heart, turn the palms away, and tuck your chin around through the back, hollow out your belly. So this is exactly like a Halloween kitty shape. When you come to your inhale, lift your arms all the way up overhead. And if your shoulders come up by your ears, just bend your elbows slightly. And then settle in. Go ahead and release your fingers, bring them around behind you, interlace your hands. Again, squeeze the elbows towards each other and open your heart here. Maybe lift your heart up. We're gonna do that exact same thing again. Go ahead and release, interlace the fingers, push away, exhale, hollow out, inhale, lift up. Exhale, sweep the arms around, interlace your fingers, squeeze the heart open, and then release. Last time, interlace your fingers, maybe the weird way. Push away, hollow out the belly. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring the hands down around, interlace those fingers, or maybe grab opposite elbows or take reverse prayer. Lift your heart. Now we're going to sweep our arms out into a big T shape, and then exhale, the right arm comes underneath the left, bend at the elbows, maybe just crossing your arms here, taking this little kindergarten hug, or maybe taking the double wrap with the wrists. Lift the elbows up and push the hands away from your face. So this is a nice shoulder stretch. And then go ahead and release. Open up the arms into a big T. Open up, look up, and then exhale, left under right, cross. Maybe take the double bind. So if you can't get that double wrap with both sides, it's okay. Nice. And then go ahead and release. We're gonna head to a child's pose. So same exact thing we were doing, except we're just going to reach the arms forward, keeping your knees together. I know sometimes I cue you to go to a nice wide child's pose, but today we're going to keep those knees close together and come up onto spider fingers here. Let your head fall down. Maybe the head comes all the way to the mat, maybe not. And then walk the hands over towards the right. Take a little stretch. Walk the hands over towards the left. Take a little stretch. And then come back through center. Bring your forehead to the mat and wrap your hands around, maybe placing your hands on top of your feet. Feel your whole body move with your breath. Look up towards the top of your mat. Reach your hands forward, place them on the mat, spread your fingers nice and wide, and then start to rock forward slightly, just enough so that you can curl those toes under. Probably feels good after having your weight on them. And then push back, so toes are curled under, just push back and get a little stretch for the bottoms of the feet. I know it's intense. Hang with me. We're going to head into a downward facing dog. So again, rocking slightly forward, bringing the knees up off the mat, and then keeping the knees bent and pedal out your feet.
Let your head be heavy, bending into one knee and then the other. Anything that feels really good here. And then making your feet about hip width apart, come way up onto your toes, push your hips up and back, melt your heart towards your thighs, and start to press the heels down towards the mat. That was a lot of instruction. If it feels better to keep the knees slightly bent, you can do that. And then we're going to look up towards the hands and take some tippy toes all the way up towards the top end of your mat. Feet are underneath your hips. Let your head be super heavy here. Bend through the knees if you need to. Maybe wrap around and grab onto opposite elbows behind you. Release your hands. We're going to slowly, very slowly, roll all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. Adjusting your wardrobe on the way up, getting up to the top. We're going to do a little bit of a half Surya, so a half sun salute, okay? Feet are underneath your hips. Lift all 10 toes, spread them wide, place them back down on the mat. Rock your weight forward into the toes, lift the heels. Place those heels down, rock back into the heels, lift the toes. And then come through center. Inhale, reach those hands all the way up, press palms together. And then exhale, fold down. Bend your knees as you hinge and reach down so the head comes down, the tailbone comes up. Inhale, half lift, fingers come to maybe your shins, maybe you come way up on the fingertips, maybe you just dangle your arms. Exhale, back into that fold. Inhale, root to rise, sweep the arms nice and wide, come all the way up, press palms together. And then hands come down to your heart. So we're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw the hands down the midline as you fold. Lift the tailbone, drop the head. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold down. Sweep the arms nice and wide, come all the way up. Press palms, draw them into your heart. Last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, melt. Root to rise all the way up. Hands to your heart. So we're going to head towards a low lunge. So go ahead and join me. Reach the arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, half lift. We're going to step back with this right foot. Knee comes all the way down to the mat. So if it doesn't feel good for your knee to be on the mat, you can do this in a crescent. Reach the arms all the way up. So like we did before, we're going to interlace our hands in front of our heart. Turn the palm away. Now push away from the front foot as you exhale and round into this little Halloween kitty shape. And then inhale, the hands come up, sink the hips nice and low. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. Release the hands, bring them around behind you. I'm going to grab opposite elbows, but you might interlace your fingers and then really sink nice and low here. Lift the heart. Nice. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Use your hands if you need to. And exhale, you can even reach the arms out behind you. Straighten that front leg, peel the toes off the mat, and hinge.
Nice. Bend that knee, place that right hand on the mat, lift the left hand up, little twist. Both hands on the mat, step forward into your forward fold and just melt down. Maybe letting your hands fall to your feet or even stepping onto those palms. All right, my friends, here we go. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Exhale, float down. Inhale, half lift. Step back, other foot, knee comes down, reach all the way up. Exhale, settle into this shape. So this back foot can stay curled under, or you can release that foot. Interlace the fingers, and then exhale, push back, round and tuck. Inhale, lift, just drop the hips. Exhale, around. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Sweep the arms around, linking them the opposite way. Look up. And then exhale, interlace those fingers, peel the toes, hinge forward. There's a lot of balance happening here. If you fall out of it, it's okay. And then go ahead and bring your left hand to the mat, bend back into that right knee, reach the arms all the way up. Maybe get a snap, crackle, pop. I did. Both hands come down, and then we're just going to step back because we're coming to our backs. So come all the way down. There's no good way to get there. No really fluidy, flowy way. Feet are hip width. We're gonna roll all the way onto our backs. All right, my friends. So from here, feet are hip width, knees track right in front of the hips, and if you could look at your toes, they would be right in front of your knees. Hands by your side. When you inhale, lift the hips about halfway off the mat, half as far as you can get them. Now I want you to bring your hands underneath you and interlace them right underneath your butt. Push into your heels, rock over towards the right and slide that left arm underneath you. Rock over towards the left and slide that right arm underneath you. Now push the hands towards the mat, squeeze your butt cheeks together and lift your hips up off the mat. This is an inversion. It is a very active inversion. Now if you have longer arms than I do, you might be able to reach your ankles. Now consider protecting your knees and the fact that we all have different body shapes. The only thing I want you to focus on here is squeezing your knees towards each other. Not that they're going to touch here, but I promise you they're not as close together as you think they are. Lift the hips up, maybe slide the elbows a little closer together, lift a little bit higher. Now, I also struggle in this shape, so I know how you're feeling right now. Go ahead and release the hands. Slowly come down. Pull the right knee in, and then the left knee in. Taking either a happy baby or an Apanasana hug here. So you have choices, always with the options. And then when you're ready, heading the left foot to the left corner, the right foot to the right corner. Your arms come down by your side into a V. And then relax and melt onto the mat. Feel the warmth in your heart space. Notice how you feel now, maybe energized, uplifted. Staying here in this Shavasana for as long as it suits you. Giving yourself the gift of time to just be still. Let your breath happen. This is where I leave you, yogi. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Namaste.